I'm Chris Berman. Let's get straight to the action. In our first game this week, we had the Texans come away with a 7-point win. Quentin Griffin stepped it up this week and gave his team some added firepower for the win. Brian Westbrook rushed for 2 touchdowns and helped his Eagles beat the Packers. We had a big injury in this one, and Trey has the lowdown for us. Trey?
All right, Boomer, thanks. Luckily, we had a relatively injury-free week, which makes my job just that much easier. Cooper is arguably the biggest name on this list. He's suffering from a pulled calf muscle, and that'll keep him out for 4 weeks. So that'll do it for now. Chris, let's send it back to you.
In the nation's capital, Washington, D.C., we had the Redskins end up on the short end of an 18-point shtick. Down in Texas Stadium, we had the Cowboys walk away with a 6-point victory. Ravens, Giants. Griffin set to receive the kick, and it's a good kick. Gets it at his own 8-yard line. Just wants some breathing room for the offense. Makes a move there. Oh, what a crack back block at the 40. What a move at the other 40. This is picture perfect. He could go all the way for a 92-yard score. The Ravens win this one by the final score of 31-24. The Cardinals won at home, but will take to the road next week to meet the Rams. The 49ers racked up over 150 rushing yards in their win at Giant Stadium. Chad Johnson had a stellar game, but all said and done, his performance wasn't enough to lift his team to a victory. Peyton Manning threw for a ton of touchdowns and helped his Colts beat the Browns. Up in the Windy City of Chicago, we had the Bears come away with a 2-point nail-biting win. Bills, Dolphins. Bobby Taylor is sometimes in no man's land, but you play the corner, you gotta be tough. Reads it perfectly, picture perfect, down the sidelines, the 30, the 20, the 10, the 5, touchdown, 55-yard pick. The Bills go on to win this by the final score of 21-6. In a long-standing AFC rivalry, we had the Chiefs win their 5th game of the season. And in our final game, we had the Broncos come away victorious. So let's change things up a bit and turn to a guy that's had his eye on the college game, and that's our own Mel Kiper Jr. He joins us now. Mel, your work never ends, I know. Believe me, I know better than anybody else. But it's never too early to start thinking about next year's draft, is it?
Yeah, no doubt about it. And now that most teams have 7, 8, 9 games under their belts, we're starting to get a pretty good sense for which guys are going to be blue chippers come draft day. Hines is someone I think of right away when I think of the best prospects in college football. 5'8", 176, out of Ohio. And this is a guy that's shown absolutely blazing speed in his ball games this fall. His closing speed combined with his quick feet and hands has scouts salivating over his potential. Hart is another guy that's starting to make some noise with a terrific senior season. He was a virtual unknown coming into this year, but people are starting to project him to have a solid NFL career. I'm starting to jump on the bandwagon as well. So that'll do it for now, but you can guarantee that the big board is going to see a lot of risers and fallers between now and April.
So that'll just about do it. But before we go, I'm going to toss out a few game balls to my prime-time players. Each and every one of these men had a week to remember. That'll do it, sports fans. I'm Chris Berman, and thanks so much for joining us here in the Bristol studios. We'll see you next week right here on ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.